See, it is, you have to, before that, we in when we are discussing about MVP, we have to to, like, we have to understand some success stories as well in the past. So we have the story of Amazon, we have the story of Airbnb, we have the story of Facebook, Instagram. All these are first tested in MVP, minimum viable product environment, and then they decided, okay, we are receiving a positive feedback and people are really interested to buy or invest their time in this particular product or service. Then definitely, so you can read all these stories, all MVPs are available. So they all tested the idea first in small environment, and then they projected the idea by reaching out to the investor. So that comes at later stage. The first stage is MVP. So and back to your question, Altamash, can you repeat that, please?
Yes, I mentioned that how important it is to have the onset testing of your product.
Yeah, so as I mentioned you, that when we are emphasizing on the concept of MVP, minimum viable product, and not expensive MVP, very pocket friendly MVP, or economical version of the MVP, it could be manual, maybe backend is all manual and just front end is, some fancy development is there. So in this situation, you have to test your idea by reaching out to your target audience. Giving the example, I have a friend who used to work in Bank Alfala, Pakistan, and he started his coffee house in Lahore. And what he did, like, he established his coffee house and he invited his friends and family for like 2 3 weeks. He invited them, come to my place. This is my new startup. I'm going to start my own coffee house. Please come visit, sit, and enjoy the coffee. Okay, every evening. This is the regular activity. He invested the time, free of cost. Come and sit, and you are also invited to bring your friends as well. So they came on day one, they shared their feedback. Day two, they shared their feedback. During first week, he noticed that there was not, the consistency was missing, which is a key element in eateries. Okay, the consistency of the taste is like the McDonald's what you're having in New York should be the same McDonald's what you're having in London, and the same McDonald's you're having in KSA, in Riyadh. So it should be the same consistent taste. This is the reason you're going to McDonald's, keeping that taste in mind. It's not like it will surprise you something else. Okay, so consistency is quite important there. So first week he observed the trend and he improved and focused on the consistency. From second week, when he improved the consistency, he got the excellence in that consistency thing. Then he think that how the behavior of his staff is. So then he's focusing on that, because then he's getting the feedback in second week, consistent taste. What I tasted yesterday, I'm getting the same taste today. So, and next thing is, and your staff behavior was not, they were unable to, to deal with this such large audience at same time. So now they is also improving, their service quality is also improving, their behavior is also improving, their customer service mindset is also improving. So after 2 or 3 weeks of this testing, then he opened that coffee house for the public. What he achieved by investing in these 2 3 weeks, okay, though he burned money, but what he achieved, the consistency, customer service, and the customer feedback. Okay, the customer feedback, based on that, from fourth week he is live with all confidence, because he's not expecting any kind of negative feedback, because he already incorporated all that feedback in his product or service. So this is the example. So it means that product testing, your MVP, minimum viable product testing, is must to do. Okay, otherwise you are going to fail, because you are assuming certain things. We discussed that thing in our last session as well. You're optimistic about your idea, that's going to address, maybe it's satisfying your inner self, but it's not going to address any pain point. Or maybe people at the larger audience going to reject that idea, or at that price, maybe they love that idea but they reject at that price, they think that you're overpriced. Okay, so in that situation, you have to test your minimum viable product by reaching out to the people at smaller, at reasonable level which you can afford to test.